Constitution, and we want that value to be protected. And we want all our members and the stakeholders to be protected.
Thank you, good morning. I raised two difference on the submission by my senior, and I confirm that I personally was blocked. I have just access to this court about 5 minutes just before we took to the bench. No amount of explanation would convince the police officers, fully geared with tear gas canisters, the rungus that Mr. Njenga is being faced with a charge of are now in possession of the police in attempt to protect or rather to prevent access to justice. Your Honor, I was blocked by the police officers. They coerced me, asking me to produce my LSK identity card. It's upon that production that I was allowed to access court. Unless the court directs that this matter proceeds in camera, a police officer cannot impose an implied camera. We are so disappointed, Your Honor, and we have instructions from our clients that we should seek for the adjournment of this matter until such a time when their relatives will be allowed to come and access and participate in the proceedings. Number two, Your Honor, the defense is ready, able, and willing to stage a protest against the proceedings of today's matter until the gates are open, or we get an explanation from the administrator or this court as to why access to justice is being barred and prevented and inhibited by police officers. Yesterday, Your Honor, you bear me witness that this court was full, the gallery was full, everywhere was full, and we proceeded in a very peaceful way. There was no fracas, there was no violation of any law, there was peace and order. What has now changed? It said that the state does not want the people to come and listen to embarrassing evidence that they have. Because this is the works of the state. The court is being sucked into the circus. The court is not part and parcel of this. But the court must stand and protect access to justice. When the Constitution speaks about access to justice is not just about access by the accused persons, but even the members of the public, because that is a constitutional decree, and a police officer in today's Kenya we will not allow police officers to abrogate the Constitution and amend the Constitution as and when they so wish. And we are therefore stating a protest, Your Honor. Under Article 3 of the Constitution, it provides that everybody has a right to defend and protect the Constitution from violation. We are not proceeding with this proceeding, and we are not intimidating the court. It's our protest against the police officers. It is not a protest against the court. It's a protest against the police officers, against the state. And we do not want to disrespect the court, Your Honor. We therefore wish that you permit us just to leave, so that we can demonstrate to the world that in this country, there are some individuals who are not ready to abide by the law, despite the fact that they swore to defend the Constitution. Is this how they are defending it? And could we perhaps be wrong that we're expecting people to defend the Constitution, yet they might not have read the same Constitution? If they have read this Constitution, they must understand that access to justice is a right, that the court is the only persons who can bar that access in camera. Number 3, Your Honor, we will be ready to hold unto a protest if the commander in charge, the commandant of the police in Nakuru is summoned before this court to come and explain why the roads have been blocked. So, Your Honor, we are ready to proceed, but we have those two issues. Because I am a Kenyan, these people are Kenyans, we must protect this constitution. It does not belong to the police. It is our work and our duty to defend this constitution. So, Your Honor, we so beseech you, because we are not able to proceed in this condition, that you allow us to leave. So as you make your ruling, we have those three requests. The first request, Your Honor, is that you order the opening of the gates to the members of the public. Number two, that Your Honor, you allow us to stage a protest under Article 3 of the Constitution. Number three, Your Honor, that you summon the police commandant in charge of that operation to come and explain why the gates have been locked. Thank you, Your Honor. And I don't think the DPP has any response, unless he's the one who has instructed them.
There's more submission from our colleague also, who in a contact similar challenge.
You know, I totally agree with the submissions of my two learned friends. There is obviously panic in the police force as to the way these proceedings are going on. And the panic is mainly geared to instill fear and also to deny members of the public and relatives and friends of our clients to hear, as my lion friends visit, the embarrassing stance that have besieged the police. Allow us not to take part in these proceedings until the issues raised by my friend about access, summons to the commandant to abide. Sorry, Your Honor.
You know, we shall heavily protest against the DPP submissions, unless the DPP is the one who has confirmed this. We highly protest, because this is an administrative issue. Unless the DPP submits and say that they should not access, and that they are under his instructions, then we can have him take the bite of the cherry.
Your Honor, the defense is raising legitimate issues, but it appears that they are very angry. And when somebody is angry, sometimes they interfere with the logic, Your Honor. What Your Honor, we need is directions regarding the number of people who can be accommodated in this court. As we are aware, yesterday one prosecution witness collapsed in court room because of the conditions. Your Honor, even myself throughout the night, I have had challenges because of the conditions of yesterday. The court has a capacity, and it's up to this court to give directions on the amount of people that can be accommodated. The defense has submitted on which is correct, that the accused person need to have their relatives follow the proceedings. But how do you know their relatives? So requiring identification, even myself, Your Honor, when I was coming to the court, I was asked for identification. I produced the same, and I was allowed to come to court. So let us not create a very big issue out of this. All the accused persons are in court, Your Honor, the media are in court. So the issue of the proceedings being conducted in camera and not arise. Your Honor, the submission on access to justice being denied is not true because the advocates for the accused persons are in court. And another thing, Your Honor, what they are asking you to allow them to protest is not proper, but it's an attempt, Your Honor, to improperly adjourn the trial of today. Your Honor, yesterday we were in the same situation and I thought that we came to an agreement. For now, we should proceed. And I think it's good also today to come to an amicable agreement on how we are going to proceed, so as to avoid, Your Honor, for this, if I can call them sideshows. The court should not be taken in circus and held at ransom. It's a matter of direction, so now we are going to proceed. No one is being barred from following the proceedings and from being in this court if the capacity of the court allows it. In addition, Your Honor, I noted also that one of our witnesses